now listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. Last session at The Nasty Table.
Thinks it's fine that we give this up.
I'm saying that we might not have a choice. This is a formality for my mom. He was a creep.
In what way?
My brother was obsessed with me. Somebody wanted this guy. Probably knew somebody who knew somebody. You went there?
Yeah, we did.
What happened?
We'll do it first thing tomorrow.
You'll do it now. The last time that it was accessed, 3 days ago. Each throb of the black heart is ours. The door slams shut. Watch as he is slowly lifted off the ground. Slowly he's grabbing at his own neck. And then he goes limp.
Oh, damn. This is my home.
Did it?
Play with my thing again. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh,
It's like loose. You should.
I don't know why though.
Can you jiggle my thing?
God, I got so much
whatever it is right now, just keep doing that, though.
Just keep
the rest of the session.
Keep going.
Don't
Yeah.
you want
Are you making me touch your thing now? What am I doing?
this? As I said, you wanted it.
Your
Jerk
thing?
my rat.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Just jerking my
I
rat.
want it all.
My
Had a
rat.
lot
I want it all.
Had a lot of extra over here.
All right.
Did you guys hear the new Suicide Boys album?
Yes.
The Shakewell one?
I think
Yeah, it's very good.
it's the best thing that they have put out in a
Really?
long time. I think it's better than Dirtiest Nastiest Suicide. That I'm kind of biased because I love Shakewell, like
Shakewell's so good.
probably as much as I love Suicide Boys.
No, just like the production, the beats and shit. I thought I was very underwhelmed by Dirtiest Nastiest, personally.
That's fair.
I was underwhelmed by
Fair
it.
to say. I feel like they make like they're really consistent with their beat making, but it can sound repetitive.
Well, that's
It
just
definitely
that's
can.
just
That's why they
Scrim-
do so much
Because
wacky
Scrim
shit.
just
Yeah.
uses fucking GarageBand. That's all he does, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm make a sick beat. Yo, Ruby, get on this shit.
All right. So we're back at the table, ladies and gentlemen. I've been having some thoughts lately about we're gonna get into all the shit that happened last session because there was a lot of shit. Kind of a game-changing session if you think about it. But I want to talk about something completely different first. Dungeons and Dragons, which we will be playing soon. TM? I don't know exactly what point we are in this, but we will be playing Dungeons and Dragons at some point.
Soon, TM.
Soon.
This can't be. This little one shot's gonna be going
Soon.
until 365 days from now.
I mean, well, like you guys,
soon. A year later.
you guys know how it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's the me
One,
thing.
two,
It's the
yeah.
you feel.
Yeah,
happy.
it's like
You feel halfway over.
it's like when fucking
Maybe.
like movies come out and they're like they tease it and it's like coming out and it says like 4 years later. And, oh, it's pretty soon,
Well,
right? And it's
and-
like, oh,
But I can't plan good. I'm no good at planning it. Because when we were starting this, I was like, yeah, dude, like I'm running another Delta Green campaign. Like, we're gonna get this wrapped up, dude. It's gonna be done in like the next 3 weeks. We'll be playing by fucking Thanksgiving. I said that was the first thing, and then I was like, all right, well, it's kind of going a little bit longer, you know, right around Christmas. We'll kick it off, and then I said after New Year's. I don't know exactly when we started this.
Middle of January?
Middle of January. Yeah.
16th sounds right.
Yeah, and I didn't even finish that campaign. I cheated some decent
the
men out of
worst.
that. But my point is, I want to talk about D&D real quick. I have so many ideas. I got big plans for, you know, what this campaign is going to look like once we start D&D. But there's something that I can't get off my mind, and I want to do it. And we're not gonna do it first. I promise you. We're playing. This is my official, you know, disclaimer that we're playing real deal, official fantasy Dungeons and Dragons, classic, you know, boo boo ha ha bullshit.
Joe's gonna put a gun to our heads and make us
But-
play Call of Cthulhu.
But well, I mean, I would love to play Call of Cthulhu. I want to do Cowboys.
Well, we're
so
gonna
bad.
have to because you're gonna be pointing your
It's
shockwave at our
Cowboys.
heads.
It's Cowboys. I want to do Cowboys so bad. I can't stop thinking about Cowboys. I want to play Wild West Cowboy D&D so fucking bad. Dude, I will sit there and I'll be writing for our D&D campaign and I'll be like, the god of destruction and chaos, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll be like, they should just be riding horses and like tumbleweeds going by and fucking shooting bandits and stuff and robbing stagecoaches. Come on, dude. I can't get it out of my fucking head. So, as God is my witness, High Lord above me looking down, we are playing fucking Cowboys at this table at some point.
Yeah,
if I'm breathing and I'm living, we are playing Cowboys.
Like real cowboys or fantasy cowboys?
Well, I do want to do fantasy Cowboys.
Yeah.
'Cause
So there's two cowboy paths we can go down.
yeah, because there's a fork in the road and we take the one less traveled because
Yeah.
I think that, regular Cowboys, when we started this whole thing and I sent you guys a list of campaign ideas I had, one of them, I think it was called Last Train to Hell.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. Demons and cowboys. Shooting
Can't wait to be
silver
a cowboy
bullets
with
at
a fucking
demons.
magnum on my
Yes, bro.
fucking hip, and
How
I'm fighting a
fucking
monster
cool
with
is
3
that?
arms and 5 legs.
How cool is
We
that?
can do that at any
train
point.
eyes,
I know.
We
But,
can just make it Cowboys.
and it goes invisible.
well, I can make it Cowboys.
We can get horses whenever we want. I can get horses. You know how to ride a horse now.
That's right.
But yes, I can't get Cowboys out of my head. It is a plague. It's a disease I have in my head. And I can't stop thinking about Cowboys.
There's only room for one of us in this town.
Dude, fucking a Mexican standoff.
That's disgusting.
A Mexican standoff with a fucking giant winged demon. You're telling me that's not the coolest thing in the world?
That would be crazy.
Robbing a train that is being run by demons? Come on.
Thanks for the spoiler.
Let's talk about Delta Green.
Wait, so your whole D&D point was just that you want to really play Cowboys?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
really, really fucking bad. And it's like, it's fucking with me because I am prepping our D&D campaign now. Slowly but surely, I'm writing, repurposing some of my older lore to fit, this new world that I'm building. But I can't stop thinking about Cowboys.
I'm not opposed to cowboys. That's what I'm saying.
Look, I know that this table is very set and I'm not gonna, I don't want to have an opinion either way because at the end of the day, if I have 2 badass dudes on my left and 2 badass dudes with my right and 2 thumbs, and we're playing any kind of tabletop, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But I want at the end of the day you guys to pick what we play. And it's gonna be D&D. I know you guys like D&D. Who doesn't like D&D? Kill some dragons and explore some dungeons and I'll keep thinking about Cowboys. Delta Green. Last session was a long one.
Primarily, now we got fingerprints, right? But also just to ask around and see if we could find the reason why he was, let out much, much earlier than he was initially sentenced for.
Yeah, we also found out that his case seemed weird because I think his charges only ended up being for the sale of weed. And there was a bunch of investigators and a lot of work done on his case for something that seemed kind of simple.
Yeah, and going through that, just in the preliminary drive back, you get the sense that if you spend a little bit more time really going into this, maybe talking to some of the people who are, named by name in that report, you would probably come away with a better understanding of exactly what that deal is. It's a little weird on your first glance through. Definitely something that you would notice as a police officer, that just the way it was set up is weird. That case in particular.
We got Joe Campos, who's the clerk, very handsome clerk. we got Joe Campos' boss, Jonathan Simus, and we got Jonathan's boss, Dan Colchetti. We got those 2.
He didn't seem to want us to, I don't know, we think that maybe it was him just trying to help us not dig too far into something, but then also seemed like something maybe being covered up over here.
Yeah, definitely couldn't gauge what direction he was leaning there, but perhaps he was just trying to help us out and save our time.
I also would like to redact a couple of things. I fucked up last session a couple of times. The big thing is there was a massive time error. Basically, at that point where I said that you guys met up, yeah, you guys were like aligned on the right track, but I believe I said the time was like 3:45, like 3:45. In reality, based on the time that it took you guys to do everything, once that locker's opened, when you guys go to Quick Store for the second time, that's probably about 5:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we're a little bit farther down that timetable than I originally said. But with that segue, I would like to touch on Quick Store round 2.
And he's like obviously cutting off. There's like a bloody saw, right? What if like he can open it up? And I don't want to say all this out of character, but like maybe he can open it and he's like, hey, look, I got this fucking. And then she doesn't like rip his throat out for that reason. You know what I mean?
Like
I'm lost. I'm gonna keep it real.
Like he just tries to be nice to her, but to be fair, we weren't being mean to her.
But they have like fucking tea parties and stuff.
Who are you? Who are you? Who's her?
The girl.
The ghost monster alien in the box.
How
Don't
are
look
you
at
just
me.
assuming it's a girl?
I think it's a
I'm
girl too.
assuming it's
I
a
don't know
girl
why I was
because
picturing a girl.
You just like start
I was
talking about
picturing
it's a girl.
I'm thinking it's a girl because of the dresses, but you're right. That's an assumption.
The dress is.
Yeah. The little baby girl dresses.
To be fair, at this point, it seems like an amalgamation of a bunch of children that they're feeding to something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Something that we just let out of a box.
Yeah.
Well, I think, I mean, with all like the literature and stuff, they're growing something,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not like sustaining anything. Like they were creating this thing. They're feeding it until it can walk, right? Like the heart has grown limbs. Like they were conceiving whatever this thing was.
Yeah.
They were making it here. It wasn't just like
That's kind of sexy.
it's not like we're gonna, we found it and we're having it here and we're gonna keep it happy. It's like they created whatever the fuck this is.
It also seems weird that based on the letter, it almost seems like they're whoever this is abandoning this thing. I think, didn't we get that vibe from the letter? That like it seemed like they were like done with this storage unit
it's
kind
in
of.
this last paragraph somewhere.
So I don't know. Why are you leaving that thing behind?
True.
Unless it's a fucking weapon that they wanted to get out there.
Yeah, or like it would benefit them to have us break it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably the fucking Russians, bro. No, I'm just like.
It could be the Russians.
Yeah. And it's funny. When I make my notes, I have like little headings on like the different things that could possibly happen and like what would happen and this and that. The event that occurred last session, at the end of last session, that subheading was the encounter. So I would like to open a dialogue about the encounter, if we could.
We heard footsteps. That was the first thing that happened.
The door shut too.
The lights went out.
Flashlights stopped working.
Yes.
Wind going by. And we rolled some checks. And then it was wind, and then we rolled some checks, and someone rolled a certain number on a check, and then it was not wind
crazy.
anymore. Then it was.
Was it a 40? I think it was a 49 that I rolled twice. That was fucking sick.
I should have had you rolling dodge instead of just a straight dexterity roll. Truthfully.
I would not have passed either of those.
We break the chain and all you can
So
hear
I don't
is
feel too bad about you backing up against the wall like you did.
break the chain and all you can hear is bare feet slapping across concrete floors.
Oh, this was a resounding thud that you heard, almost like boot falls.
I mean, it didn't come from like one direction,
It
right?
kind of sounded like it was resonating out from all directions, and I know that that's shitty, but that's really what it felt like. Is not like you could pinpoint it from it's on the other side of the room. Like it's like I hear this in my head type thing.
You said it was heavy?
Yes, these heavy thuds, pads. I described them as like boom, boom, boom.
There's a paper that's left in that box.
Yeah. So this whole encounter, air quotes, happened really, really quick, and box flies open, lights go out. The first thing you see out of the box before it all goes dark is there's just like this satin pillow that's laying there, and there's like a small note that's kind of on there, and then all this shit kind of happens.
Choked against the wall, and then thrown across the room. Presumably losing hit points, but then it didn't feel like it. Well, it feels like it?
You feel like you are in pain.
Okay. Well, then I feel like I got fucked up.
Well, gentlemen, a storage container that has been opened and a casket that should have stayed closed. The Violent Crimes Unit of Linwood Falls is reeling. with the last minute of events, your hearts still racing, your heads still spinning. Ray and Jerry look on towards the recently deceased Quick Store employee, and Roy looks on towards Caleb, who looks frantic. He looks crazed, and in a flash, as if something waves over him, he looks fine, calm. Before we get into this session, I need every single person at this table right now to roll sanity for me for this entire event.
Again?
Oh yeah. Oh, fucking absolutely.
Oh, yeah, we haven't discussed that part of it yet. Do I get to know?
Oh yeah. You'll piece it
Wait,
together.
oh, should I?
83 on a 60, so I'm good.
83 on a 60 is a fail. You have to roll lower.
Oh shit, that's right.
79 on a 48.
Ooh, what's my new breaking point?
Your new breaking point is going to be your current sanity once your breaking point was hit, minus your power score. Okay, so Caleb, did you succeed or fail?
Rolled a 46 on a 47.
46 on a 47. Nice.
Unreal.
Okay.
Wow.
Ray,
When he needed it.
Ray, success or fail?
Fail.
Fail. Roy?
Fail.
66 on 58.
Critical fail.
Yeah.
Jerry?
79 on an 84. Or
Fail.
48, sorry.
Okay. So to begin, Caleb, you're good. My boys. My poor crazy boys.
We saw the body together, so he got something different. That's fair.
Yeah.
Ray, you're going to lose 4 points of sanity. This is from the culmination of seeing the events that happened in the box, seeing Chris bleeding out. Jerry, you are going to lose 1. Now, I want to make something clear. In the event that one of you passed this other than Caleb, you would have rationalized these events and have been able to say to yourself, there's no way something like that happened. There was a guy there and we didn't see him, and something, within the realm of processing in your brain occurred. 3 of you all failed. So your takeaway from this event is whatever you think that your character would believe, truthfully. Now, here's what's interesting. Before I roll for your sanity loss here, Roy, Caleb, you are panting, frantic, and then you just feel super, super calm. When are they going to open the box? What are they waiting for? Wow. You look up, you see Roy still looking over you, trying to, make sure that you're okay.
I'm like giving you some face smacks. I'm like, Caleb, you alright?
Did you grab the bolt cutters? Did you grab them?
In the room? We're not going back in there.
I
You
stand
fucking
up.
crazy?
Do I see him on the floor?
Yeah, you look in, you see him on the floor.
Did you... I thought you were gonna wait for me. You opened the box? Oh, what's this note?
Roy, you are going to lose 6 points of sanity. The culmination of the events that occurred, as well as Caleb's behavior, are going to give you 6 points of sanity. By the book, you should enter a state of temporary insanity. I'm going to pretend I didn't read that. We're going to push past that. Temporary insanity, to me, I feel like that only works in situations where it fits the narrative. In this situation, by the rules as written, you should be temporarily insane, but we're going to go past that. Okay. Caleb, you grab the note?
Yeah.
Oh my god. As he grabs it, I grab his wrist. I'm like, back the fuck up right now. Did he grab it yet or what?
No, he's still reaching for it.
I'm like,
No,
back the fuck up.
If he did that, I put my hand... I would...
And I push him up against the wall. I'm like, are you fucking with me right now? What's wrong with you?
You guys opened it without me. I thought that was the point, to know what was inside of it. I'm sorry.
Roy just like takes a deep breath and a step back. Were you... I saw you in there. I saw you in there. I saw Jerry. I saw Ray.
We were all in there. I was
With the lights off?
I was looking. The light
And that
was,
thing grabbing your neck?
What thing? Where'd the other two go?
Jumping back over to the other two, Ray and Jerry, you guys walk into the office. The scene that basically quickly unfolds before you is Chris laying there, grabbing at his throat, quickly going limp, blood coating his entire body as well as kind of spread out through the floor around him.
He's still...
No, the second you walk in, it's just like this last kind of clutching at his own throat, and then just...
Did you say that the door, like when we got in there, was like the front door like closing or something? No. I'm gonna say like Jerry, like as soon as he sees Chris just like bleeding out, like kind of like freaks out a little bit, but is like in the moment, and he like kind of runs out the front door, takes out his gun, and he's like kind of trying to look, like looking around, trying to see somebody.
I mean, I guess I'll try and play into the more that I lost more sanity than him.
Mm-hmm.
After he runs out, Ray just kind of he slowly holsters his gun, and he stares at it, and he says out loud
to an empty room,
"Yeah, not again." And he walks up to the corpse and kind of inspects it.
Gives it the once over.
Well, because he didn't get shot, he got mangled. So I guess can I roll investigate? I don't roll. It's not even medicine.
Roll human intelligence.
Fuck. 61 on a 50.
61 on a 50. It's familiar. But that's all it is. Jerry, you run outside, quickly looking left, right. Roll alertness.
Oh, 1.
Success. It's quiet, and you are sure of it, and it is unsettling to you how the quiet of early morning in Linwood Falls is uninterrupted by what has just transpired. A car horn beeps in the distance, but echoes out.
All right. I walk back in.
And you just see Ray staring over the body.
Should I call? And I'm like kind of trembling.
Yeah, fuck.
Do we have like a payphone or something like that?
Yeah, you saw a payphone on the corner.
Call the ambulance.
Yeah, I can. Fuck. Get an ambulance. Get the lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the storage locker, Caleb, Roy.
There was something that somebody had my neck. Somebody in here.
I don't know. I don't know. Something had. I don't know.
Are we gonna go? Let's go. I walk out because I'm trying to find a culprit that.
I'm like. Jerry and Ray went back to the entrance over there.
Were they on his trail?
Yeah. But actually, I don't think you should leave right now.
You're not making a ton of sense here.
And I walk over, like tiptoeing towards the note in the box, and I pick it up.
My gun is drawn at this point.
It is sloppy, almost childlike writing.
What is this that he picked up?
There was a note in the casket.
None of us picked this up yet?
No.
Okay.
This was probably the first chance you had to actually do that.
I want to compare it with the note that potentially RJ wrote, handwriting wise.
Completely different.
Anything on the walls?
No, doesn't look to fit anything like that.
Fuck.
Hey, did I hit my head or something?
It was pain on your neck. You're starting to remember that at least. Slowly.
Yeah, I was
maybe you got hit on your head, you think?
I was looking at the casket, the plaque on the front. Can I look at that plaque again?
Mm-hmm.
What does it say?
It's in a language that you're not sure what it is.
Okay, and I remember looking at that.
Yeah, you remember that.
Inspecting it, and then we had a conversation that we were going to open this box.
Yeah.
And then I was outside, and somebody attacked me. I must have hit. I'm sorry. I must have hit my head.
No, was not you.
But we just had somebody attack an officer.
Yeah, I think we did just have someone attack an officer. Here, you might want to check out this note.
Slowly, more memories creep in. It was dark. And you got hurt. You got hit. You got choked by your neck. And it was by what was that? What the fuck was that? What just happened? And it immediately just all rushes back to you.
Oh, Jesus. And I have my gun once again pointed. I put the letter back in the box. Put it back where it was. And I just have my gun drawn at it. And the only thing you're probably hearing is a wedding ring tapping against the gun because my hands can't stay steady looking at this thing. This letter in this bind drawer. What the... Please, give me a call. What are we doing here?
We leave it open. We gotta close this whole storage place
That was
off.
the fucking devil. That was Satan.
I don't know what the fuck that was in there.
That wasn't from here. That was something you only hear about at certain times.
What time is it?
Check your watch. 5:45. Jerry, at this point, you make it to the payphone.
I just made it.
Well, you guys had your conversation, and you went out.
Yeah, I want to get an ambulance to the site ASAP.
All right. Who do you call?
I guess Lieutenant.
Call the police station?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get connected with dispatch. Linwood Falls Police Department.
This is Detective Jerry Flores. Please get my lieutenant on the phone, please.
Sure thing. One moment. Then, Lieutenant Longo.
Lieutenant, we have one down. I need you to send ambulance here right now. Quick store 174.
Who's hurt?
The kid. A kid.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Just get here.
Beep. And the receiver clicks. Of note, you two who are still in the storage locker, that smell, that chemical smell is still kind of there, but that original smell of like gunpowder, sulfur has faded. You also notice, kind of as you're maybe walking out, that the garage door itself is bent on one side, like bent inwards, or I'm sorry, bent outwards from the inside.
So it's almost as if someone, like if I'm inside and let's say I'm like the fucking Hulk, I could have pulled it in, and this is the way that it bent.
Yes.
No, I thought it was outward.
Bent outwards from
Out
the
of the
inside.
unit?
From the
Oh,
inside.
It's kind of like somebody went like and then pulled it up.
Maybe.
Okay. Is there a gap between like
It's
which
raised.
it's the gate?
Like
yeah. Okay.
like the
Yep.
There's like a hump.
Yep.
Do we have caution tape? I know we took it Ray's car.
Yeah, I mean, you guys established that you were bringing, stuff for evidence collection, so probably crime
Since I'm
scene.
outside, let's just say like I'm going to grab all that stuff and. kinda
Ray, is
set
there
up,
anything else that
get
you're
ready
doing
for-
inside the office there?
I want to, without disturbing anywhere where there's massive amounts of blood and whatnot, because I didn't touch it initially, so I kind of don't want to touch it now. Is there like just cabinets, office, like any like what do I find in this little room?
Oh, you want to like actually look around? Roll search.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking for like fucking whatever. Nice. That ain't it. 80.
Well, the stuff that's apparent is, classic stationary supplies, as well as you do find that record book that he was keeping. You also find the note that has your guys' names on it as well. That record book that has the log of people coming in and out of Quick Store. Other than that, nothing really of note, nothing that sticks out to you. What are you guys doing, Roy and Caleb?
I want to. I would also be looking for a payphone at this point.
So you're making your way back to that office?
Yeah.
Yeah. You walk in, you see Ray there. Jerry, Caleb, do you follow him? Sorry.
No, I shut the door of that and I stand outside of it.
You shut the garage door?
Yes.
Okay. Jerry, at this point, you're walking back in with kind of like the crime scene securing, stuff like the tape and the, et cetera.
Yeah,
et cetera.
are they both in the office right
Yeah,
now?
you
Am
see
I like coming through the office?
Yeah, you see Roy and Ray standing there. Roy, you walk in, and for the first time, you see Chris the employee dead there, and you see Ray kind of looking through some cabinets off to the left.
Can I say, like, I'm kind of walking fast, like, just literally, like, just walking through the office, and I just say real quick to you guys, like, Longo's on his way, ambulance is on his way, and then I walk out.
And I'm like, did you guys see this? Did you see this happen?
Jerry ignores you, Ray. You're still there.
Yeah, we walked in on his last couple of breaths.
Did you see him? Well, did you see anything similar to what happened to Caleb? Happened to this boy?
Well, if seeing nothing similar to Caleb, then yes. So you ever seen anything like this, sir?
And his, like, throat is ripped out. Like, literally his throat is ripped out.
You're looking at it, and it looks as if, I say throat ripped out, but there is bulging in the, like, skin. You don't see, like, bone or anything like that. A deep gash in the side of his neck. Absolutely, it's not hard to tell that severed an artery. Laceration's pretty deep. If you have ever seen it, the closest thing that comes would be like an axe wound.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say no. I've not seen anything like this before.
Jerry, you walk out the back and you see Caleb kind of standing guard outside of 174.
Jerry kind of, like, stops real quick and, like, drops the tape, and he kind of walks up to Caleb. Are you alright?
Is there anything on my neck?
Is there?
No.
You alright?
I need to breathe. And I kind of sit, like, one knee down on the ground, breathing heavily.
Get some lemons. Get some orange slices.
Maybe it's, in my head that it went from feeling terrible to feeling okay, and now everything rushed back to me, and just feeling like I just got fucking choked and thrown.
And that's mental whiplash.
Yeah.
And you feel that, and you feel exhausted more than anything.
Jerry's like showing a little bit of empathy and kind of like
Me, an empath,
trying to comfort his boy a little bit, but
Wait. And I stand up and I run to the front office.
You crash in through the front office, the back door, and you see Ray and Roy looking over the corpse of Chris.
Bro, you took the pictures. You have it. You have the proof.
We gotta bring him back to the lab.
Now.
Hold on. Just take it easy.
Do I now see this dead kid?
Yes.
yeah.
And kind of sets in for a second that you saw him the second you walked in there. You still started that conversation anyway.
He was dead when they got in there. Or in here.
Can I look at his neck, the features of the marks?
There's not many marks on it, other than just the wound that has been sustained.
Does it feel similar to how my neck felt?
It's a hard question. Where you felt the most pressure on your neck is not where his wound is. That's a question I can't answer.
Can we assume that, like, I know that the lieutenant's on his way. Can we assume he's, like, bringing a cop car?
More than likely, that would be the response.
Okay. All right.
Jerry, what are you doing outside?
I'm gonna go and set up tape around storage unit.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything now?
With that being said, the door's closed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have the note with you, or is it still?
It's still in the coffin.
Yeah, you
I
put it back.
Okay. Just putting tape up.
Yeah, and as you put that tape up, you notice that the damage that has been done to the garage door itself as you kind of put the tape up.
Mm-hmm.
Did we see anyone go anywhere or anything?
I'm not with you right now, right?
Yeah, you're still setting up that.
But I would say, like, once I put the tape up, I walk back.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna tell the lieutenant.
We're gonna tell him what happened. We're gonna tell everybody what happened, right?
I don't even know how the fuck I'm gonna go to sleep tonight.
How we explained we tell him the whole story.
You guys see the lights shining out from the window in the office as 3 police cruisers and an ambulance pull up.
I run out the front door and kind of wave my arm up, wave him in.
Mm-hmm. And the 3 cars park.
Shit's getting real.
Yeah. So do you know what mental disorder you have yet?
No, I thought it was just gonna be straight amnesia. I thought I was gonna have to play the whole thing off like I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is yet.
Interesting.
Maybe just very, very temporary.
Do you know what
You
mental
hit the
disorder
surface.
God blessed you
How does
with?
this work?
No, I'm
Like,
undiagnosed.
you get like
I'm
you get a
undiagnosed.
disorder.
So
He's
what?
like-
What point threshold did you hit?
I hit my breaking point. My old breaking point was
Okay,
48.
breaking point. And then once you hit that, it's just like random. He just gives you something.
Yeah, he kind of writes it into how he did it before. He kind of wrote
So
it into
you
the
don't
story.
know what.
Not yet.
But is he going to officially tell you at some point?
He does. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he did in the past.
Got you.
I guess
When
he's
he
gonna-
rolls for breaking points and like insanity or whatever sanity checks, like what is that? Just like his descript like.
I think it's like in in D&D when like you're gonna get hit with something and you pass a dexterity check and you take like half damage if you pass. I think that's kind of what that is.
Okay.
If it's that big, they would still be
Breaking
fucked up by it.
point shit makes it really fun once you do have a mental disorder because when I played Neil, when he had a mental, like it was just so fun playing with him. Like I gotta
you want a mental
I gotta
disorder.
channel
Yeah.
Jerry a little bit more. Like it's gonna be really hard to live up to Neil, like ever, because like I wish you guys were there for that because that just
So, rather quickly, as these 3 cruisers pull up, you see exiting out of the first one 2 patrol officers that you recognize, Jimmy Burks, Dennis Pierce. The second car is 2 more patrol officers, Eric Sanford and Grant Burris. And then the third cruiser is Lieutenant Longo himself. He exits out. The ambulance, 2 EMTs kind of jump out. And this all happens rather quickly. You're almost kind of brushed to the side, and this scene kind of unravels where the EMTs go up to the body and start doing their quick things, and the patrol officers kind of start securing the perimeter. Lieutenant Longo approaches you guys. What happened?
Lieutenant, so all the other 4 guys are detectives?
Patrol officers.
Patrol. Okay. Do not allow these patrol officers into the building, please.
Why?
They can have the surrounding, but we just need to show you what we saw, if that's all right.
What happened?
It's hard to find a place to start.
All right, are you guys okay?
We're gonna be all right, but Lieutenant, when we start explaining some things to you, when we show you down what's in this locker, you just gotta hear us out. That's all I ask.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. And he follows whoever's leading him towards the storage locker.
I'm just out there like taping shit up like.
Yeah, walk up to the...
And at this point, you guys can see the sun starting to slowly creep up.
I assume we lead... Are you coming, Jerry? Or are you
I'm out
taping
there.
out? Okay.
I'm out there taping shit up.
Walk into the...
Is there any immediate danger here?
I don't believe that there is anymore.
Is there... Who did that to that kid?
We don't fucking know.
A perpetrator? You have no ID, no physical description, nothing I can give the guys outside?
We have prints. We could give you fingerprints. And we could match them with a potential RJ.
What are you doing right now? What is this? What is this whole thing?
Would you just listen to them for a second? Just listen to them. Just listen.
If you'll follow us to the door, you might have some answers. I start walking.
He has his hand on his holster as he follows.
Okay. Why you got your hand on your holster there, Lieutenant?
Because the way that you're acting makes me think that there's something in here that
You're
I'm
not
not going to
threatening
like.
us in any way, are you? I put my hand on my holster.
Roy, what is it that you think you're doing right now? And he takes his hand off his holster, kind of starts rubbing his leg.
Right this way to the door. I walk towards the door.
And he follows.
Point over to the dent in the door. And then...
Open it!
Am I there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna open it for him.
Mm-hmm. And he looks in. And he just kind of looks. And at this point, the sun creeping up over kind of casts this light that kind of ricochets out into the box, kind of lighting it up. He takes a long, hard look at it. He points towards the box. Who was in the box?
Nobody.
What else was in here?
I start walking in.
He takes a step in too.
I show him the box with the tools.
And he looks in. You got samples of that?
Samples is in.
Samples of the blood. That is blood, right?
We assume. Did we take samples?
I don't think we did yet.
No, we took fingerprints and we tried to get ones of the floor the best we could. I do not think we took them off the tools.
We have photographs of the entire search.
And then I want to bring him over to the box with the dresses.
And he kind of like looks over and looks down at it. Okay, we're fitting into the MO.
And then Jerry wants to be like, I chased him. I didn't see anything.
What was the kid's name?
Chris. He's a good kid.
Alright, okay, alright. Here's what's gonna happen. I am opening a case. Now I need statements. Right now. I need statements from each of you. Okay? Ray, Caleb, you two. I want you to follow me. You two, walk this perimeter. And he points towards Roy and Jerry. Walk this perimeter. Look for anything out of place, any way that someone can get in here, any way that someone can get out. Caleb, Ray, on me now. And he starts walking.
I follow. My gun was never... I still have my gun out, just holding it.
Yeah.
Never holstered it. But I do follow him.
And he walks back into the office, and at this point, a couple of the officers are in there, and he kind of motions them over and says something to them kind of outside of your guys' range of hearing. Not like purposefully trying to make sure that you don't hear it, but something quiet at least. And then he turns back around to you two. You two are going to give a statement to Grant over here. And then I'm going to have Roy and Jerry give a statement. Okay? Now, I don't want this to come off any way other than I mean it. Something is wrong here. Something is very wrong with what's going on here. You two are going to give Grant an exact depiction of what happened. Right now. And Grant kind of walks over and he has his little notepad out.
Is Lieutenant starting to walk away?
Yeah.
Lieutenant.
And he turns around and looks.
What Roy said back there to you, he only meant that your gun wasn't going to do anything against what we saw. I turned to
And he gives you like a long look, turns back around. Alex and Nick, I need you guys to leave the table.
Program point for that fucking quote. That was so good.
That was pretty good. I just, because no one's used any yet, I don't want to give you guys a stockpile. That was pretty good. So Grant kind of steps aside. The EMTs are still finishing up their preliminary exam. How you guys doing? You guys all right?
I've been better.
Okay. What time did you guys come out here?
Fuck.
5 a.m.
Yeah, 5 a.m. Maybe a little earlier, but nothing before 4:30, that's for sure.
Okay. So what happened when you first arrived on the scene?
Came in, front office. Boy Chris, are we still in the room with him?
Yeah.
I nod at him.
Mm.
He was a little shaken up. 4 guys walking in early in the morning, but he cooperated, led us back to the locker. We opened it. He took some information from us as well. He got a logbook over there. You could look at it.
All right. Did he seem on edge?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, me and Detective Flores, we came by a little earlier. We were a little gung ho about getting in here, and we might have spooked him a little, but it was all no harm, no foul. It was just a little bit of recklessness. Nothing happened pertaining to this.
Detective O'Connor, did you notice anything off about this kid's demeanor?
No, obviously he was shaken, as we pointed out before, that he didn't know right away, police officers, and then we calmed down the scene telling him that we were officers, and he was a good kid.
Yeah, he might have been shaken up, but by the time he let us through, he was alright.
Yeah. Took down our names.
Fucking shame, man.
Point to the note that's probably sitting on the counter.
Yeah. And he complied with what you asked him to after that point?
Absolutely.
Okay. So he led you guys to that locker.
Yep, 174.
He opened it for you guys?
Yeah. I believe so.
Yeah, he did.
All right. So what did you notice that made you go in?
We suspected.
There was blood on the floor.
Yeah.
That was the first red flag. But we did a lot of looking around before we even decided to cross the threshold.
But blood was the reason we knew we could enter.
There's cryptic writings on the wall. I was using my camera, got the evidence, and I kind of, it's like cross me, I pat on it. Get these all developed once we get back to the station. But
took prints on the door handle, took prints on the box, took prints on everything that would have been touched by an individual that owned this locker.
Okay, so once Chris opened up this locker for you, then what happened? You guys went in.
We searched it.
yeah, at first we were just still doing a finer comb over, not really touching anything, just looking. We found that letter. Crazy ass letter. That's when it all started getting fucking crazy.
Crazy how?
There's a lot that fit with the
You can go in there and read it yourself, man. You're talking about growing limbs from the heart and raising something up so it can walk and then it can run, and some motherfucker was making something.
Detective Hoyt, I'm just trying to take the statement.
I know. Fuck. Alright. But there was a coffin. An ornate coffin. I don't have to describe it. You can see the pictures we took. You can go see yourself. But we fucking decided to open it.
Yeah.
Snap the chain from the bottom, and it's like it unleashed itself. It was like something was waiting in there, waiting to get out, you know?
Not a
Like someone in there?
Something was in there. Something. I'm not gonna call it someone.
entity. Something not of.
Fuck. I'm gonna get fucking fired for this. Man.
You guys are losing me. I just need specifics for the report.
Well, you're not asking a question.
What was in the box?
We just told you.
Nothing.
Exactly.
When we opened up the box, there was no moving body in the box. There was no living creature. There was a pillow with a small note on it. I didn't see it writing myself, but I believe my colleague did here.
Something.
The door slammed when we opened the box.
Somebody closed the door?
Not that we're aware of. It just slammed. Our flashlights stopped working. I'm sure you can go look at my photos because I was taking as many photos as I could at the time. But our flashlights weren't working, so I don't know how much you're going to see. They did start working at a point when we showed them on Caleb here. He was getting choked up against the wall.
So your pictures are going to have pictures of the perp on it?
I don't know what the fuck is going to be on those pictures that's choking him.
Did you get medical examination, Caleb?
No, I don't need it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The EMTs are right there.
I said what I said.
Okay, so
After a little bit.
I want to make sure that I got this right in wording. The box was opened.
The coffin.
The coffin was open. Someone came out.
Something
Came out.
Yes.
Assaulted Detective O'Connor.
Yes.
You have pictures of it.
I don't know. I got pictures of O'Connor getting assaulted, but I don't know if I got pictures of it assaulting O'Connor.
There's nothing there. There was nothing there.
Okay, look. I've known you guys for a while, okay? I know that this case is stressful. I'm not invalidating whatever happened in there. But you are some of our best detectives. And this is an important case. I can't speak for Lieutenant Longo, but with what's going on, probably would be a good idea to try and keep your heads above water here. And he puts his hands up, kind of in that fashion. You're telling me that you were assaulted by an invisible force, and I
You know what?
I don't want to put that in writing.
And I want to look at Caleb, kind of give him a wide-eyed nod, not too heavy, but just a little, go with me. We're gonna say it was a man because we heard footsteps, didn't we, Caleb?
I put my gun that I've been holding down on the counter and just squeeze the outside part of the trigger and the barrel in my hand. And just say, I heard footsteps.
There were footsteps, and they got louder before Caleb was assaulted, and then they dissipated when he was finished getting assaulted, when the door was flung back open.
Okay.
And they dissipated, and then we heard very quickly a commotion in the office. We're standing right here. By the time myself and Detective Flores ran down, just the two of us, well, poor Chris here was he was on with the next world.
So there were probably multiple perpetrators.
I cannot say for sure, but if it was a single perpetrator, this single perpetrator would have had to have been very fast.
Okay, yeah, fast.
Okay. Maybe even something that no one's ever seen before.
So you guys follow up down the path into the office, and you didn't catch any glimpse of whatever happened to Chris.
Doors weren't even swinging open or shut.
Who went down? All four of you?
Nope. Just myself and Detective Flores, like I said. Caleb here was still recovering, and our sergeant was tending to his fallen officer.
Detective O'Connor, you're 100% sure you don't want any medical attention? I have to put that in the report that you said no.
Yes.
Okay. And who made the call for backup?
Jerry went out, used a payphone. We didn't have a patrol car with us. We wanted to roll up discreetly to the site, doing a search.
And
appears that was alt for nothing.
Okay. I need you both to sign this and acknowledge that you are in your right mind and this is a truthful statement. And he puts his paper towards you with a pen.
Absolutely. And I want to sign it, and then after I sign it, before I give it back to him, you said it yourself. We're the best detectives you got. So when I'm over here saying that something otherworldly might have gone down, don't take it lightly.
And he takes it back and hands it out towards Detective O'Connor.
Sign it. Almost in a... one of those signatures that's just almost two straight lines with a little bit of squiggle to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what he gives him. Kind of staring at him with this look of... not fear, but anger and a little bit of panic, I think. And he slides it back to him.
So as Longo kind of gives you guys that, you're going to give this statement to Burris, he walks back out and he just told Roy and Jerry, hey, can you, check the perimeter, see if you caught anything weird. You guys barely make it 10 steps. Then Longo comes back out. Sergeant, Detective, can you please step over here with me?
Yes.
I'm going to take a written statement about what happened here with the two of you. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't even say it.
Maybe I like saying it.
Don't say it.
I thought you were gonna say it.
Chup and Finn, can you please leave the table? So, Lieutenant Longo kind of steps aside, looks toward you guys. This is, purely for the case. Just a couple of questions. Run me down what happened. That's okay with you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
What time did you guys arrive on the scene?
5 o'clock a.m.
I don't know what time it was. Yeah, 4:35.
All right. And what happened when you first arrived, when you first walked in?
I walked in and said something to Chris because I had talked to him a little bit earlier, and then we showed badges. He asked for our names. We gave him our names, which is written down on a notebook in this office.
And this kid, Chris, what was his demeanor like? Was he calm? Was he on edge?
He was on edge, but nice kid.
Sergeant?
He was a little bit on edge. I feel that it was only because of the way that we had introduced ourselves prior to this engagement.
All right. So, who opened the locker?
Chris opened the locker.
It was Chris.
So he agreed to do this for you guys?
He did. He agreed. We had informed him that it was not above or against the law for him to be the one to open it for us. He concurred.
And he did this completely willingly? You didn't force him?
We told him that all we needed was to be able to see something that gave us a reason to walk in, which obviously the blood and the rest gave us a reason.
There's no other reason that he decided to help?
There was nothing forceful.
Okay.
Nothing forceful.
So once the locker was opened, what made you guys go in
Blood,
legally?
casket.
Grain, which I know that you're aware has been a underlying piece of evidence in several cases.
Who went in first?
Yeah,
I remember I went and checked the boxes. I know Ray went in with a camera.
Yeah.
That's about all I remember.
I don't recall the order. I just remember all of us almost simultaneously entering.
Okay. So what happened once you guys went in? What did you do?
I checked the boxes with the dresses in it first. After I saw those ones, I went over to the boxes with the drills in them and tools.
Took pictures of different evidence. I investigated the grain. Took note of just about every detail in this room. Took fingerprints.
And at this point, you see a couple officers come out from the office and begin walking towards the storage container.
Lieutenant, I don't think that they should really...
It's a crime scene and we're just securing it. So, and then what happened? You guys basically did a comb over, took some samples.
I think somebody found a note on the table. Don't remember who.
That's right. And
Ray looked at the letters on the walls with the camera. That might have been before we walked in, though.
Is the note still in the storage unit, or is that?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a note that's, these officers are going to be able to get their hands on. Sporadically written, seems as if the mental stability of whoever wrote it should be questioned.
Did you guys get anything linking Bobby or RJ?
I think the note was signed RJ, right?
The note was signed RJ. Same initials. And so the handwriting, is this handwriting the same as the note that was given to Bobby Tillman? This?
No.
No?
Yeah, no, it's cursive.
Okay. But yeah, this is signed RJ as well as the note that was given to Bobby Tillman.
And that note was in there when you guys went in?
That's correct.
Okay. So, note, boxes. Anything else?
Well, we decided to find out what was in the box.
The casket?
The casket. So I was the one to break the chain. Right?
That's right, yeah. It was with standard bolt cutters. We still have them on hand. No.
Cut the bolt. Door closed. Heard footsteps or...
Someone closed the door?
Yeah, it did.
What, the door closed? Who closed it?
Door closed. The door flung closed.
Who closed it?
None of us.
The question is, what closed it, Lieutenant?
And then Caleb went up the wall.
Hold on. So the perpetrator was... Did he come in and then close it, or closed it from the outside?
We didn't see it. It just closed.
Okay.
And then Caleb went up the wall.
What do you mean?
Caleb went up the wall. I don't know.
He was pushed with his back up against the wall in that storage unit.
Okay.
The lights went out.
So at this point...
How windy.
At this point, the perpetrator is in there with you.
Yes. I guess.
And did you get a look at him?
I think Ray got a picture.
Picture?
Ray took several pictures.
A lot of pictures.
So, perpetrator begins assaulting Caleb?
Yeah.
Detective O'Connor?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Okay. And then what happened?
Up the wall. And then he went.
Pushed up against the wall. I pulled my firearm out, and there was a discharge. I fired my gun, and you and the patrol officers will be able to see a hole in the east side of the unit.
Gotcha. You missed the perpetrator?
I believe...
May have triggered it to stop.
I don't believe that I missed per se, Lieutenant.
So he's wounded wherever he is.
Stop saying he.
Was it a woman?
We didn't see.
The perpetrator. The perpetrator is wounded?
Are we inside of it right now?
No,
Are we outside of
you
it?
guys are outside, way outside, like
Way outside of
off
it?
to the side.
Is it sunny out?
At this
Did
point,
you
the
see-
sun's starting to rise. Yeah.
Did you see the door?
Yeah, there was some damage to it. I didn't know if that was there before or not.
That was...
Could a person do that damage? It wasn't there beforehand.
Jerry, I'm going to say this very fucking plainly. I am taking a written report and I'm not playing games. Answer the questions or don't. I'm
answering
fucking
your questions.
hypotheticals, no cute
I'm
shit.
answering
This
your
is
questions. Go look at the door. That's all I'm saying.
I saw the door. Now the officers are looking at the door. We're going to know what happened to the door. That's fine. I'm asking you about what happened in here.
I told you. We were alone in there. I cut that chain and that casket didn't open. The door to the storage unit just closed. I don't know how you want me to explain that.
Jerry's not lying, Lieutenant. And I'm sure that Caleb and Ray were not lying either.
Jerry's like questioning himself.
Can I tell that you're questioning yourself?
So, I want to make sure that I'm writing down what you are saying in an appropriate manner. You broke the chain. Who opened the coffin?
Nobody. I just broke the chain. That
Broke
was
the
it?
chain. The coffin opened.
Jerry broke the chain, and then whatever pushed Caleb up against the wall opened the coffin during that.
So someone was in the coffin.
Something was in the coffin, that's correct.
And he catches himself for a second. And you recognize that he was about to say something. So, the perpetrator was in the coffin at that time, locked in, presumably by this RJ.
We would assume so because
That's
it didn't manifest until I broke the chain.
Okay. And then the perpetrator attacked Caleb. During this whole thing, nobody saw.
It was dark.
We saw
Your flashlights went out.
They went out.
the lights went out, but I saw very clearly Caleb being lifted up off the floor and his back pressed up against the wall, and I did not see a single entity do that.
He kind of gives you a weird look. What do you mean?
Caleb flew in the air and was pressed up against the fucking wall in that storage unit, Lieutenant. I did not see a perpetrator. I did not see a single human living organism push him up against the wall. Jerry can vouch for me. Caleb... Ray can vouch for me.
Detective Flores?
Mm-hmm. That's how it went.
Okay. So after this, you said the door opened.
The door flung open.
Flung open.
And
That's right.
And I'm going out on a limb here and saying that none of the four of you opened the door or saw anything open the door.
Mm-mm.
That's right.
Okay. And then what?
And then we heard noise from the office. Not maybe 10 seconds after the door opened. How far is the storage unit from the office?
About 40 yards. 50
Is that
yards.
fast? Would I think that that's like, wow, that person was really fast to get from here to the office in that amount of time?
Yes. Because you personally, Jerry, you were banging on the garage door,
Yeah.
flung up, probably like cut your hand when it kind of shot up, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And immediately just kind of like stumbled out and heard this commotion. Ray quickly behind you and, running down. It's probably like a 2, 4, 5, 40.
All right.
Sheesh.
Lieutenant, it was fast. I mean, I was right near the door. I mean, I as soon as that door opened, I was out there too. I was scared for my life.
Is it possible that there were multiple perpetrators, one in that locker with you and another at the office?
It's hard to say. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I mean, I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. And me and Ray, at that point, we, as soon as we heard what was going on in the office, we ran up there. 10, 15 seconds later.
You two were the first to respond to the office?
Yeah.
That's right. I'd stayed with Caleb because he was on the ground after he had received the injury.
Did he have any visible injuries at that time?
No, he did not. He did not. But I know that he recalls the injuries.
Okay. Jerry, after that is when you called me for backup?
Me and Ray, we got into the office. We saw Chris bleeding out, and I walked out the front door. I wanted to catch him. I figured maybe he would be, right up the street in the parking lot still. Nothing. It was, I've never heard Linwood Falls be that quiet my entire life. That's when I called you.
Okay. He finishes writing some notes and then kind of looks at the paper and says, I need a signature from both of you confirming that you are in your right mind and the report that you just gave to me was completely true.
I take the pen, I sign it right away.
Hands it over to Roy.
Roy hesitates, but he signs it.
Okay. All right, let's go back in. Maybe they're finished giving their statement. After this, you guys are dismissed. We'll take it from here. We'll clean up the scene, go home, get some rest, because it's been a pretty long night for you guys. And he starts walking in towards the office.
Guys, we've locked Lieutenant Longo in the coffin. We need to go now. We need to leave.
Fire at the coffin.
So, Caleb, Ray, as you guys finish giving your dissertation of the events that transpired to Officer Grant Burris, ushering in behind Lieutenant Longo are Sergeant McNeil and Detective Flores. You guys are kind of following behind him, and then he approaches you two, Ray and Caleb, and says, all right, you guys are all wrapped up here. 4 of you, go home, get some rest, I'm not going to blame you if you want to take tomorrow off, but you're dismissed at this point. Don't worry about going back to the station. Don't worry about no paperwork, no nothing. Just go home, okay? We got it from here. We'll wrap up the scene. I'll give you a report in the morning if you choose to come in, okay?
Thank you, Lieutenant. Come on, boys. Got my keys. I jangle them a little bit.
And the four of you make your way out.
Yeah.
And at that point, as you're walking out, you notice that Chris's body is being put in the back of a larger truck by none other than Davy Jones, who sees you guys coming out and just keeps doing what he's doing, body bag.
Did you guys see the note?
Nope.
Do you want to go look at it?
Can you just tell me what it said?
It said, Lawman, you've begun a war within yourselves, which will kill you or set you free.
Who was it addressed to?
Lawman.
Jesus Christ.
I want to look at Davy Jones as we're Davy Jones. I want to look at Davy Jones while we're walking to Ray's truck. Like, is he looking at us? Like, no, he's not.
Yeah,
fixated. Okay, I get in
Going
trouble.
home.
Yeah, do we have all our stuff, like evidence that we took from the locker?
No.
I don't have those fingerprints.
Before you left, I'd actually say Lieutenant Longo asked for any evidence that you collected to kind of put everything all together. Did you hand them
fingerprints? I would have given to him. Yes.
Okay. Anything that you would have kept?
I don't think I took everything else. I think.
Could I have? It's okay. Actually, like I would like to have grabbed a handful of grain.
Okay.
That's all right.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll allow that.
All right.
Before I leave my camera with him, I want to just point it right over his shoulder. I don't even know what the fuck it's looking at. I just want to take a picture.
Mm-hmm. Over your shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just take a picture.
Okay.
And then it clicks and it
Yep.
registers a photo.
Yep.
And I leave it with him.
Okay. What are you up to? Okay. And you guys leave into Ray's truck.
What day is it? Sunday?
Yes, I believe it is. It is now Sunday.
I start the ignition before I start driving. I just break the ice. Had to go with Lieutenant.
Told him what happened.
He believe you?
He got a little nippy with me, but he does that every time I speak, so.
I assume you both were truthful.
Well, we can be truthful, but there's only so much they want to hear.
Did you tell him everything or no?
Of course. Well, what did we see?
Nothing.
It's pretty much what we told him.
I start driving.
Time passes, and eventually you make your way back to the police department.
What time is it?
At this point, probably about 6:30. Anyone going into the police department or to your cars and home?
Nah, if I have my keys, I'd just go to my car.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Same
home.
here.
Everybody heading home.
I'm not heading home.
Everybody heading to their cars. Roy, are you going to Douglas?
I'm going to Douglas.
Ray, to your home?
Yes.
Jerry, home?
Mm-hmm.
Detective O'Connor?
It's Sunday morning. I'm going to church.
No sleep?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Closest church, or do you have one in mind?
No, I have my church. There's definitely a church.
It's a home parish. Come on.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Come on.
What's your church called?
United Faith.
The Church of God and the Saints.
Church of
All of
God. The Saints. All of them? All of them. No shot.
Saints.
That's crazy. Pulling up to Church of God and the Saints.
Your church lets you have gods and saints?
Both.
Yeah, you are a practicing Catholic. Good old Irish boy. Mass has not begun yet.
There's not a sunrise service?
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay. But there is.
Probably when it's warmer out, you would see that more typically.
Okay. But there is a car, presumably, in this parking lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
The door's unlocked. I'm gonna walk inside.
Yeah. Walk in, the halls, kind of all the pews lined down. And there are actually a couple of people here, probably about a dozen or so scattered about. This is a larger church, I would guess. Or
Yeah.
would you?
Yeah. Probably seats like, I don't know, 150 probably.
Okay. Yeah.
200 maybe.
Stained glass mosaics, kind of the light from the sunrise kind of diffuses through and scatters out, kind of with this warm glow that kind of spreads over the pews. There's not, a priest actively giving a service or anything like that, but there are people who are praying and lighting the candles and that such.
No, I just want to sit and burn the last 24 hours into memory and thinking about a dream that I had where I saw somebody that needed my help, something that needed me, that looked familiar, and although I know I can help, I don't know how. And then seeing that same face, those same eyes in my dream when I went to the trailer park, seeing them in the rocks. I want to burn that into my brain.
Roll sanity.
28 on a 47.
There's something comforting about this moment. You are, and it is not a surprise to you. You are self-aware in your actions, in this moment, in the past 24 hours. You are deranged. You feel yourself unhinged. There's a lid that's been opened and something's pouring out, and it's not good. It's really not good. And it scares the fuck out of you. You don't feel yourself. You don't feel safe. But there's this moment where you're sitting here and you feel calm. And whether it is you closing your eyes and maybe falling asleep for a second, or whether it is truly something within yourself that has become undivided, you're going to regain 1 sanity point. But it's a unique moment for you. Discomforting. But calming. For a split second, you are able to wrangle the rabid dog that has been your brain. Only for a second.
And still no pastor? Nobody's come to the front?
Not yet.
Okay. About, say sit, 10 minutes probably, and then head out.
Okay.
On my way home.
Okay, back home. Ray, you're heading straight home?
Yeah.
Okay. And you arrive in due time. Anything that you do when you come in?
Come in, pull out a dart, rip a couple shots of whiskey.
Sarge comes up and starts patting down. And
Yeah, like definitely rip like 3 or 4 shots of whiskey like right off. Need something to just like fucking take the edge off and put me in my fucking recliner. Yeah, I just kind of fucking sit down, think about things. Definitely seeing Chris it wasn't like, oh, a dead body, I'm shook. It's just like, fuck, just like walking up on a fresh scene like that is always just fuck.
Yeah.
You're so close,
Sleep does eventually take you, though?
Yeah.
On the lazy boy?
Of course.
Roy, you're heading home?
Yes.
It is a Sunday. April does not have school tomorrow.
Noted.
Your drive home is obviously a lot longer than the other 3, but eventually you do find your way to your ranch.
Okay. I want to go to the chicken coop, and I want to feed the chickens. I want to, brush, feed Caper, my horse. I want to grab one of the chickens, and I want to feed it the grain that I brought.
Mm-hmm.
Does it eat it?
Yeah.
Okay, I grab it and I bring it in the house. I just drop it. It's
Walking
a house
around.
chicken now, yeah.
Okay.
Is April up? It's very early, I don't...
Probably not.
Okay. Just go upstairs, go to bed.
Okay. With the house chicken
Yeah,
just hanging around.
yeah, that's fine.
Jerry, you're heading home?
Yeah.
And you said you live on a more secluded property?
Yeah, very secluded.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like country in the north. Say Jerry gets home. Time is it like 6:37?
Yeah, like probably 6:30, 6:35.
Yeah, so wife probably up, getting ready for work. And Jerry just acts like everything's normal with her. Doesn't really let her in on anything.
Purposefully veiling your emotions?
Yeah, and then like lets her know like it was, it's a long night, She kind of has an understanding that there's a case that's going on that he's really stressed out about, but nothing like, it's not going to be like, oh my God, all this happened tonight. And he's going to take a bath and he's going to drink, kind of similarly to Ray here, and he's going to call his parents.
Where do your parents live?
They live in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay. And you call and picks up. Sounds like it's your dad. Flores residence.
Dad, I just wanted to say I love you.
Something happened, son?
We have a case right now. I don't know how safe it is. I feel like things are catching up to me. I'm scared, Dad. I've never been scared like this before.
You want me to come down there, boy?
No, you should stay there. Take care of Mom. I'll keep in touch with you. I just needed to call you. I needed to hear you. Is Mom awake?
No, she's still sleeping.
All right. Love you.
Do you hang up right after you say that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Click.
And then I just take my bath, smoke a cigarette, hit the hay.
Sleep takes you. Caleb, after your church foray, you make your way home?
Yeah. I'm assuming, if not up yet, that my wife and mother are both getting ready to go to church.
Yes, it seems like they are.
And she probably, when I work on Saturday nights, she probably takes her to church.
Mm-hmm.
She knows I'm sleeping. And I get into bed ready to sleep. Excited about it. Excited to get maybe my head straight.
Okay. So, sleep does eventually take the four of you. Jerry, you wake up. What time do you think you would probably wake up at? Your shift starts at 7 p.m. So...
I went to bed around 7:30.
Yeah, probably put it around like 7:30.
Like noon. Not a lot of sleep.
Okay. Up around noon. What do you do? Got basically 7 hours before...
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the park.
Which
take
park?
a walk.
Anyone in particular, or just a...
Whatever park is closest to me, not in Linwood Falls.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's easy enough to do. Ray, what time do you think you wake up?
It'd be like 3. Like a nice long sleep.
Mm-hmm. And is there anything that you would do in those 4 hours prior to going into work? And Lieutenant Longo extended this, offering for you guys to just take the day off if you wanted. Is anyone planning on taking him up on that offer?
Jerry's not now.
I'm gonna get up, go outside, cut some wood for the fireplace.
Okay.
And when I'm done, the only other thing I want to do is go to wherever my local ammo rifle shot game shop.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go pick up some ammo for my personal handgun.
Okay.
My personal handgun is my Beretta.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
9mm,
9
40 9mm.
Yeah. M19 5.1. That's from a while ago. Yeah, I pick up a fair amount of boxes.
Like a case or a couple boxes?
Take home like 10 boxes.
10 boxes? Okay.
Yeah, so a fair amount of ammo.
All right.
For personal.
Okay.
And I just go home, just relax, smoke a couple cigs.
Okay. Roy, anything that you're planning to do?
Yeah, I want to wake up around noon, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Not very much sleep, but enough. I assume April's
Yeah,
out and about.
you come down and it looks like she's reading a book in the living room.
All right. I want to, do the laundry, just house errands, right?
Mm.
Yeah, just go out and about, do that type of shit. I want to go and ride the horse but I want to really push him. I want to make him giddy up and trot, sprint, and
I want to really push him.
yada yada.
Roll ride for me.
Come on, Caper. Come on, boy. Dad had a rough night. 72 on a 60.
72 on a 60.
You fall, break your femur.
Caper's in bad shape. And you notice this when you're riding him. It's not from like lack of taking care of him. You take care of this horse rather religiously. Seems like maybe he's got a cold or something. Something's a little off. Nothing like super alarming, like no huge red flags, but you can tell something's just a little bit off. Maybe he twisted his ankle or something. The ride is rough, but it's still, riding Caper to you. But when you start to push him a little bit, you can see that he's kind of giving you a little bit of resistance in wanting to go that speed. And maybe there's like a trail nearby and he's got to jump over a couple logs or something, and he's a little bit reluctant to really ride at full force.
Yeah, I imagine that we're like he's out of the fence and we're going down trails and shit like that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Roy's cool with that. Roy's like, we all have our days. You're not no racehorse anymore. Yeah, bring him back in, brush him, make sure he's in good shape.
I always love when they're like, I water my horse. Like, they never say, like, I give my horse water. They're like, oh, we got to water the horses.
Water the fuck out of that horse.
Back to the cowboy shit. Fucking full circle.
I go in. Where's the chicken?
At this point, you notice, maybe you missed it earlier, but April's sitting on the couch reading a book. The chicken is in her lap.
I walk up, I grab the chicken, I throw it on the ground. Like, I don't pick it up and I just drop it.
Okay.
I'm like, don't get near the fucking chicken. What are you doing?
Why is the chicken in the house?
Oh my god.
I thought it was hurt or something.
Look, no, it's been
You brought
sick.
the chicken in the house, right?
Yes, it was me. I didn't think it was going to be you.
So then why do I have to get off the chicken?
Look, the chicken is not feeling well. Caper's not feeling well. I just want to make sure that this chicken doesn't get the other chicken sick. It's going to be okay. All right? What you reading?
Pride and Prejudice.
Look, don't worry about the fucking chicken. All right? Is the chicken okay?
Are you okay, Uncle Roy?
Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. Pride and Prejudice?
Don't worry about the fucking chicken. Don't worry about the chicken. You bitch. Bro, you're showing a little bit of abuse right now.
I liked that book when I read it. Yeah, that was a good one. Are you reading it for school, or what are you just reading it for, recreation? What's the deal here?
Looks like she's about to say something and she stops. She stops herself.
Mm-hmm.
Just thought I'd read it.
That's good, April. All right, I'm gonna go finish up laundry.
Okay.
Whatever. Lunch will be ready
All
soon.
right. Okay.
All right. I go up and do the laundry, and I want to go into her closet, and I want to see how many dresses she has in the closet.
Full-length dresses?
Whatever dresses represented the ones in the box.
The ones that were in the box were very frilly.
Okay.
April isn't that kind of girl. She's got long skirts, but like full-length dresses, she probably only has like 2 that she wears on like special occasions, like Easter or something like that. But she doesn't really have many dresses per se.
Okay. I fold up her shit. I close her closet. Fold up her shit. Put it on the bed. And walk out, get lunch ready, go about the day.
Okay.
Don't worry about the fucking chicken.
Get the fucking chicken off of your lap right now.
Caleb, your head hits the pillow, and it's really hard to fall asleep. Like, you feel super cold for some reason, and you try to like roll over and like get yourself comfortable, but it's like fucking freezing in the room. And it's like frustrating to a point. So you kind of like grab for the blanket, but the blanket's not on the bed. And like you're getting frustrated trying to grab it, and you shoot up and look around. You are in the trailer park right next to the river. It is broad daylight.
Can I look around?
You look around.
Am I right behind that trailer?
A ways away from it and away from the trailers itself. It doesn't look like you're in the immediate viewpoint of other people. But I would like to introduce you to your disorder. Fugues. Please write that on your character sheet.
Jesus Christ. Dude.
What's fugues?
Fugues slash, we can call it minute amnesia.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Am I near those rocks?
Yeah.
Can I inspect myself?
You are in your pajamas.
Anything on my hands?
Cuts.
Where?
Kind of on like the bottom of your palm, as if like it got scraped. Not like cuts, and the more that you look at it and kind of rub it a little bit, yeah, it looks like scrape from like that you would get from like falling on pavement or something like that.
And then
the sun is very high in the sky, like almost like right up in the sky.
Can I look over at the rocks?
Yeah.
I turn around.
Yeah.
My car anywhere in sight?
No. You are also barefoot.
Good morning.
Can I walk back to where I parked like 12 hours ago?
Your car is there.
Check my pockets.
Empty.
Is my car unlocked?
No. It is locked.
Don't have my keys anywhere on me.
Nope. And if you look in, the keys aren't in the car.
Head back down to the river. Check around the rocks.
Roll
the
search.
Keys. 63 on a 40.
Nowhere in sight.
Is there a dumpster in this trailer park?
Not that you can see immediately, no.
Is there an area where a lot of trash is? Noticing from yesterday and last night, I mean, there was a bunch of trash barrels.
Yeah, I mean, there's like the fire barrels and stuff like that, but like collections of trash. There's a dump that you saw on like the far side, but people like, there's not like piles of trash around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to go to where there is areas of trash. A
You
dumping ground.
Take some
sort of.
time to look for your keys through areas of trash, and you're starting to see people kind of look at you a little bit sideways.
I wasn't looking for my keys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Looking for a wire hanger.
Oh, okay. All right. Roll search again. Roll luck, actually.
29 on a 45.
29 on 45. Yeah, you find a wire hanger in some trash that's in that dump on the far side of the trailer park.
Can I kind of get away from these people?
Yeah.
Try to go unsighted.
Take a long way around.
Yeah.
Break
Get
sight
back.
lines.
Yeah, get back to my car and try to jimmy the lock open.
Okay. Roll a general dexterity check for me.
Got another 29 on a 50. This is eerie.
You're able to get the hanger down and kind of loop it around the physical lock and click, pop it open. Roll alertness.
17 on a 64.
You hear footsteps coming behind you.
Turn.
Charles, hands in his pocket, kind of approaching you.
Hey, man.
You all right?
Yeah. All good here.
What?
All good here.
And he looks down at your feet. Cut. Bloodied a little bit. Looks at the car. Takes his hand out of his pocket. He's got a key ring hanging on his finger. Kind of looks at the key ring. Looks at you. Extends his hand out.
Can I take the keys slowly?
Mm-hmm.
Can I look in my glove compartment for any cash that I have in there?
Are you the kind of guy that keeps cash in the center console or glove
Probably a
compartment?
little bit extra. Not anything insane.
$5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I hand it to Charles?
Yeah, he takes it. Still completely silent.
Can I, as I'm still staring at him, can I just close the door, get in my car and close the door?
Yeah.
Then drive away.
As you're like pulling back, he kind of gives you a nod, pockets the bill. You're driving barefoot.
Yeah.
Where are you heading?
Home.
Car radio says 1 o'clock p.m.
Home.
Okay.
Yeah. Home.
Yeah.
Home. And
I think I want to go home.
I get home.
Mm-hmm. Wife's car is in the driveway.
We don't have a back door, do we?
It's up to you.
We do have a back door because I established that I went out my back porch to
Rip
smoke a
cigs.
cigarette before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in whichever door I kind of look in, whichever one she's not going to be in.
You guess about this time she's probably in the kitchen.
Yeah. Try to get around
Maybe
her.
making lunch for your mom.
Yeah, try to get around them.
Yeah.
Maybe the front then, if the back door connects to the kitchen.
It's up to you.
Yeah, try to get around them.
What room in your house are you trying to get to?
Bathroom.
Roll stealth.
57 on a 30.
The door clicks as you close it behind you, but your wife doesn't immediately like jump up or anything. Like you don't hear any kind of commotion, and you're able to tap 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 make your way into the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
You also don't like see your wife or anything like that.
Yeah, I just want to get a shower.
Okay, jump in the shower.
Yeah, wash off. Get out.
Mm.
Just shave meticulously around my neck, checking my neck.
Neck looks fine.
All right, and I wash my hands, then feet. There's still gonna be cuts there.
Your
but
pajamas are also have grass stains on them.
It's all right. They get I'm gonna fold them up.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go in the bedroom, get my outfit together. When I open my closet, and I'm gonna take a hat off the back of the door.
Okay.
It's this brimmed, charcoal colored hat with like a dark gray band on it that looks like almost like a 40s detective hat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put that on.
What's up, gumshoe?
Yeah, just looking my best.
All right.
And then head out for lunch into the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, and your wife's there. She sees you come out 6 hours before your shift starts in your full getup and the hat indoors. She looks at you. You all right, Caleb?
Yeah. How's church?
It was good.
Mom's all right.
Yeah, she's good. You know, of course she complains about my driving, but you know how your mother is. She's taking a nap right now, but thought I'd make some sandwiches for her when she wakes up. And for you, where were you?
Doing some gardening. I should have run to the store. We needed more mulch.
Oh, okay. All right. The plants are doing...
Sandwich, you said?
Yeah, sandwich. And she kind of like points over to some sandwiches she made.
Thank you. You really... You're a treasure.
Thank you, Caleb.
Give her a little kiss.
Okay, let's do it.
Kith.
You enjoy your sandwich and some more small talk that is slightly awkward with your wife. You feel well rested, though, kind of as it settles in after the, scare of what happened. Roll sanity for me, by the way.
Damn it. 16 on a 48.
You're okay. You're fine.
All right.
We're fine. We're moving. We're
yeah,
good.
Exactly. And I want to go about my day relaxing, thinking about how I'm ready to...
In your full suit and hat?
Yeah. Maybe sit on the couch, watch TV for a little bit, but know that I'm ready for the day. I'm ready for an investigation. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I came to this town for. To be an investigator. We got a case on our hands.
Okay. All right. Anyone else doing anything? Jerry, you said you were going to the park. Is there anything that you do after walking through? And it is kind of nice, relaxing, and it's surprisingly warm for, January, even out in Minnesota.
No, it's just kind of like a mind refresher. Trying to get out and just kind of get shit out of my head. That's pretty much it.
How long do you think you spend out there?
Hours, like 2 to 3.
Okay. And after that, is there any more plans, or?
Not really. Just go home and get ready to go. Even though I'm taking walks in the park, like everything is still on my mind very much, and he's kind of like anxious, like he's just trying to burn time before he goes back to work.
Right. Then, with the events that occurred the previous night still fresh in your mind, separate, different neuroses taking form, and a new day ahead of you, that is where we're going to pick up next session.
Sheesh.
That was a good session, Jim.
Thanks for listening to this episode of LFVCU, a Nasty Table production.